Hi, this is Stanley from Booredatwork.com, and today we'll be doing a full review of the Samsung Continuum, which is an exclusive Samsung Galaxy S device on the Verizon network. What makes the Continuum different, of course, is the fact that it has two touchscreens. One is a 3.4-inch screen, the other is 1.8 at the bottom. Both of them are Super AMOLED screens, so you get very crisp, clear picture. Just a quick hardware tour again for those who didn't catch the other video. The volume rocker is on the side, left hand side, with the micro USB port. You do have your camera button in your memory card slot here with 8 GB pre-installed, your 3.5mm jack, and your power button on top, and of course your camera, 5 megapixels with flash, records at 720p. So quick size comparison, that's the G2, and you can see the difference there. Now we will have pictures with that. What makes the Continuum different is the ticker. So let's take a look at the ticker. You actually just hold down slightly at the bottom. Now you can see with my ticker, you can see I have volume controls for music, so I can actually quickly access my music immediately, and I don't have to bring up the main screen. So pause that. If you slide the ticker away, I actually shows I have two missed calls and 2 text messages. Now I can actually, that's off. Let's say I get a phone call. This is what happens when you get a phone call. It'll actually show up on the ticker as well as on the main screen. So this is what happens here. You can actually accept the call or slide that down to actually reject. So if I do this, I ended the call, and at the very bottom I will get more indication of my missed calls and things like that. So that is basically what the ticker does. You have secondary access, and you can use it for different little activities, like checking your email, your news, text messages, and your IMs and things like that. So let's look at the main workings of the device. This is running Android 2.1. So hitting the menu, we go into settings, scroll down quickly first, and you see this is running Android firmware 2.1. Of course, this has a TouchWiz interface over it, so there's a lot of TouchWiz mixture into the device. When you head back, you do have your ticker settings. Now your ticker settings, you can set up your social network, which is your Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, to show up on your ticker, as well as ringtones or vibrations for it. You can also set up your weather by location, RSS feeds, and of course display settings to activate grip sensor or not, things like that. And so you have basic settings for your ticker. Now, the way the controls work for the device is that your touch sensitive buttons are in between your top screen and your bottom screen. So at times it can, initially it was a little bit just finicky just because I kept on touching the bottom screen, but you get used to it and it's really not a problem. Those are the controls. Another cool thing about the music player actually with this TouchWiz is I go back into the music player, and so I have the music player playing. I bring up the controls. To actually activate the touchscreen controls, you have to actually go into your playlist, so that will actually get that in. So I turn off the device. Of course, again, I can hold down the grip sensor, which is on the side here, to activate my music controls. Or if I actually pull up the device, turn it on, and I pull this down, I actually have another control set up right there to actually control my music control. So there are different options that Samsung added with this version of TouchWiz, or at least in this device, to give you more usability and flexibility. Now, as for the grip sensors, you actually don't see anything here. It's not like you can actually see the sensor or there's a grip. It's actually still the same flush design. It's actually built in, but it just requires a slight hold, and you pretty much on the device. You can pretty much access the device, and you can go in. Like I said, I bring my weather back up, and it's quite easy to use. Continuum is pretty much similar to other Samsung Galaxy S devices in its apps and functionalities and things like that. Although this version, because it's on Verizon, uses Bing instead of Google, so there is no Google Maps. Let's just check. I think we can download Google Maps. I am not sure, but we shall see. yeah, I should just pick maps at the bottom. So let's see if we can download it just to see if that option is available. So yeah, you can download Google Maps and install, but there is and also Google Search and things like that. So it's pre-installed with Bing Maps, the Visi Navigator. You have a couple other applications here that are kind of useful that give a different feel to the device. So if you go into the application setup, you do have your My Verizon Mobile, which allows you to do your Verizon account, check your bills, and do all that fun stuff. You also have your 3G mobile hotspot, so you can create a mobile hotspot with this device, which is very nice. All you have to do is hit mobile hotspot, continue to configure, turn on battery management, things like that. And you can set it up, so it's very easy to use. You do have a desk cradle app, which actually turns the device to a desk cradle. And you can see it right there. So you basically have a few options. It shows of course your time, as well as you can switch the weather, and you can go through a bunch of things, gallery, daily briefings, and things like that. So just head out of that. Of course, you do have your Facebook in there. You have Kindle also bundled with the device. A couple of games, no Angry Bird, but a couple of games. Your Vcast videos and tunes, and of course there's also actually Slacker videos downloaded into that by myself. And yeah, so it gives you a very nice addition to the device. Going back to the home screen, as typical with Galaxy S devices, you pull down the notification bar, you do have your power controls on the top, so which is very nice. You can actually switch to airplane mode. You can switch to airplane mode, GPS, Bluetooth, things like that. So those are your power controls all the way through. You do have, of course, a task manager provided by Samsung, which is also very nice. See if I can. This is called the Program Monitor, which you can click on that, and it shows you what programs you're running at the time. You can either cancel, end those programs, so you can manage your memory much better. So it's also a very cool, nifty addition with TouchWiz and some of the Samsung widgets. Overall, it's a solid device. One cool new addition is when you scroll through the screens at the very top, where it has your screen numbers 1 through I believe 7 in this case. You hit the icon there. You can now actually set any screen as your home screen, or you can delete screens. You can add an extra screen if you want to go up to 7, and I can set either one of my screens as a home screen. So I'm going to set this as my home screen, and I make that a home screen, and I'm done. Head back. So that is now my home screen. So whenever I go back home, it actually heads to that screen. So I go here, I head back home, and so basically that's what you have with the device setup. So overall, it's a solid device. Let's take a quick look at the camera itself, on the camera controls. So it's very synonymous with Samsung Galaxy S camera controls. So you do have your basic controls where you can change your setting display around, record in 720p, and take pictures. Of course, all this is all done with your main screen. You can use the camera button here. The cool thing about the record mode is actually you can actually pause recordings. So if I hit record here, I can either stop, or if I hit record again, I can actually pause it, then continue recording, pause it, sorry, and then I continue recording again. So hi, this is Thunder recording at 720p with the camera. It is a cold day here. Temperatures are pretty low. I'm just gonna walk a little bit into the sunlight so you can see. Just some outdoor recording. Record about 30 seconds or so. So you guys can take a look, enjoy. Some traffic here on the main road. So anyway, so that's the recording in 720p with the Samsung Continuum camera. Enjoy. The ticker works very well. If you're one of those individuals who has a lot of information coming in and you want to multitask and do certain things, then the ticker works very well, especially with RSS feeds, notifications for emails, text, even just with your music controls. Again, the music controls only work with the inbuilt music player. It does not work with, say, Slacker Radio or Pandora or anything like that. The ticker is a nice additional feature. Initially, I wondered, what its use was for, but it does make sense. Again, it might not be for everyone, but if you're on the Verizon network and you want a solid Samsung device or solid Android smartphone, this is definitely the device for you. Overall, it's very clean, efficient, no issues. Both screens work very well. The ticker is a huge advantage, and makes for a very solid device. So if you have any questions, any comments, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, our Facebook page, our Twitter page, and also hit us up on the website Booredatwork, where we'll have more content on the review and, of course, pictures. So this is Dundee from Booredatwork saying thank you and always enjoy your entertainment.